All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to be having a little bit of fun. This is meant to be a more lighthearted, chill, probably a pretty quick video lined up for today, guys, because I am actually running behind schedule. And you guys know how that goes. You got to get caught up, and sometimes you got to rush things. But today, there's not going to be any VV Lab. There's not going to be any kind of, topic of the day or anything like that. Guys, we're getting straight into the sim. We got 3 games on the sim lined up, and then we're going to check out the deck list at the end. I will still have everything time-stamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant deck lists and links down in the comment section below as well. Like I said, today's going to be probably a pretty quick video by my normal standards. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to hop into this, but before we do, I want to say one more thing. Today's video is about Black Yellow Luffy, and I am not running your standard list. If you guys can take a look at the bottom of the screen down here, you can get a little idea. I've come across this package while messing with yellow. I would say yellow is probably my favorite color at this point. It's my main color. And these trigger cards, some of them, are just so good. It's almost like, okay, why don't we just make trigger rush aggro a thing within yellow? And I think any deck that runs yellow in its color pool, so whether it be Nico Robin, whether it be green yellow Yamato or Arlong, or whether it be black yellow Luffy like we're trying today, or red yellow Sabo, or whatever, if you make a deck aggressive enough from your life, it's probably just going to do good in general. Not saying it's going to win any tournaments, but I think it can surprise enough people. Because think about it, guys. In this exact situation here, in this specific situation with Black Yellow Luffy, if I sit down across from you and you see Black Yellow Luffy, your entire game plan is going to be altered, right? It's going to be changed. You're going to be like, okay, I probably don't want to attack him early, or he'll start getting cards to his hand, and he'll start going lower and lower in life. Okay, perfect. I need you to keep that mentality so I can just keep beating in. And then when you figure out, like, wait a minute, he's not playing a standard, Black Yellow Luffy list, it's too late because you start attacking in and now you're actually flooding my board even more, right? So that's the idea behind this. And I do think that we're getting close to that point in the game where there's kind of like a standard package in every color you can run that can benefit whatever leader you're trying to play. For example, if you're running green, you have like 3 pretty decent options where you can basically just slam either Film, Don Quixote Pirates, or Supernova in there, and it'll probably do decent. You know, like for example with Green Blue Zanji, early on I was just playing a Film deck through that leader, and it was kind of working. And also with Green Blue Zanji going over to the blue card pool, 7 Warlords. A lot of people run 7 Warlords because it just has enough to kind of really flood the field, and not enough of its leader locked to where you can kind of include it wherever. So like green has the packages we were saying, blue has the 7 Warlord stuff, purple now has incredible Straw Hat support. Red already kind of had Straw Hat support, but Red's also been a little bit, on the back burner lately in the environment, in the format. But Red also has really good Revo Army stuff that you can always just include in most decks because not much of it's leader locked, if any of it is. In fact, I think just the triggers might be, right? Just the triggers on like Morley and Lindbergh are locked to you where your leader has to be multicolored. But that's about it for the most part. And then, yellow has these triggers. Black has a bunch of removal-based stuff. They have a lot of stuff going on. They have Gecko Moria, okay? They can make any deck based around that for the most part. But, guys, yellow has, like, this trigger package that I think is pretty much interchangeable with any list you run that has yellow in it. Because I've tried the list we're looking at today, as you can see at the bottom left corner down here, guys. I've run a similar list in green-yellow Arlong. I've run a similar list in green-yellow Yamato, Sabo, Nico Robin, the purple-yellow Nico Robin leader. It's just a pretty aggressive list that a lot of people don't see coming, so you can catch them off guard with that. So, all right, without any further ado, guys, let's dive into this. I just wanted to get that out of the way up front so you guys kind of had an idea what was going on. So first game up here, guys, because like I said, we're getting straight into the action. Today's meant to be a more quicker video, more fast-paced. Let me remove the leader slide. First game up here we have against purple-yellow Nico Robin. Speaking of Nico Robin, okay, so the volume is off, the speed is on 2x, and here we go. Let's see how this deck fares against a leader with Banish built in. Because remember, this is this is actually probably a pretty good matchup for Nico Robin, is going against Black Yellow Luffy. But here, guys, we've got a surprise for her, don't we? We have a surprise for this Nico Robin player. So here we go. It looks like they're probably... usually Nico Robin just loads up for 8 and swings, or loads up for 9 and swings. They ramp it on. They're up to 4. Now they can play out a 6-cost Nico Robin right away and take one of our life cards next turn. We're going to swing for 6. We're going to play out a Parasparrow and say go. Right away, warning flags, red flags should be going off in my opponent's mind. Like, why is a Neko Mamushi your trash from Banish? And why is Charlotte Parasparrow on your board? I thought this was Black Yellow Luffy. It's like, well, yes, it is. It is Black Yellow Luffy. That's correct. But we're playing a very different version of it than most people have probably ever seen. So they're going to swing in for 8 here. We're probably going to take this. Now we're out of range of the 6 cost Nico, Robin, perfect. But here we go, guys. We're going to swing in for 5. We're going to swing in for probably 6 more, and then probably going to swing in for 7 with ace. So we got a 2K and a 1K out of their hand, and now they're down to 2 life. They did get a trigger of their own. So Nico, Robin has trigger support. They're going to play out Nami, very strong, popping my card, but it looks like they messed up with their sequencing a little bit there, unless they have no other card to play this turn, because they could have potentially cycled through a card. Yeah, so let's call that out for what it is, unless I missed something. Hang on one second. Let's go back to the Nami play here. So they're going to play out the Nami, it looks like right here. Whoops, let me hit play. Okay, yeah, so they go up to 6 for the turn. They should have played out the Brûlé first, and then they could have cycled a card with the Nami after removing the ace. So that was a slight play mistake. We have to call those out so we can pay attention to that stuff. But hey, it is what it is. I'll take whatever help I can get. They're going to go 6 into 5. I don't have any 2K counters in my hand, so I have to go double 1K. Feels terrible. I do run some 2K counters, by the way. We're just not seeing them. I think I only run like 8, though. So here we go. We just have to keep up the pressure. We did draw another ace. That's very good. So we're going to go 6 into 5. Let's see what he gets. Gets a Kikinojo. Okay, this guy's getting everything he needs right now. I have Kikinojo as well, by the way, guys. I really need that card. So we're going to pop the blocker so we have a better chance of winning next turn. We have 4 cards in hand, and we only have 1K counter in our hand. So we have to play like there's a bluff here, right? We have to have a bluff going on right here. Let's see what our opponent does, see if they want to go for face or go for board. Go 5 into 5. Okay, now I'm going to 1K counter out, right? Like, okay. Yeah, I need to save this card. Oh, we do a total whiff there. Paraspera can't grab any of those cards. Doesn't matter, it's fine. Swings in for 5. We take it. It's a Kikinojo. It feels so bad. And look what they play out, guys. I think they should have tried to go for game because now there's like pretty much no way, right? We're going to go swing 7, swing 7, swing 8. Okay, so they're going to use their 0 cost there, so now we will for sure get out of this. If they get a trigger, we lose. If not, we probably win. They had no more counter power. GG. The deck has some potential, guys. And notice I do have the 2 cost card in my life right now. I am running some shenanigans there. We got a little bit of shenanigans going on there with ace, so we can do some crazy stuff later in the game with the leader's effect. Okay, really good game, though, there for my opponent. That is a tough matchup for this deck, guys, because remember, we should have had 3 trigger bodies hit the board we didn't get because of Banish. So, very, very unfortunate, that matchup. All right, next up we have a game versus Vegapunk. So, Vega, right here, we are going to catch him completely off guard. I mean, you're gonna catch probably anyone off guard with a deck like this, right, guys? So, we got this look at this pull, guys, look at this. Okay, I guess he goes first, right? Turn 1 pass. We didn't find any searchers. No GARP searchers. Oh, man. He's going to play out the Luffy, swinging for 7, and we're going to take it. Why are people just attacking me, by the way? Pause. Like, one thing I have to say is when I was doing this testing, do people not respect Black Yellow Luffy anymore? There used to be a time where if you attacked into Black Yellow Luffy early on, it was crazy town. What were you doing? It made no sense. Don't ever do it, right? But now, people are like, oh, yeah, we'll just swing in. Oh, well. Crazy. I don't know. Okay, so we'll go 5 into 5 here. Let's see if he wants to give me any cards. I'll take all the cards from his hand if he wants to give me those. He lets it go. I'll swing 5 into face here. He does take it. Does he get any trigger? No trigger. Play out Kikinojo. That thing is turned on immediately against Vegapunk. And here we go. He's going to play out he's going to put Frankie into life from his leader effect. He's going to play out the Lilith. He's going to do a top search. I didn't see what it was. He's going to smash in. I will be saving that card. And what just happened there? He pops the Kikinojo. It goes to my life. We'll take it. We'll go 5 in here. Let's see if he wants to counter out or get a Frankie. Seems good. But watch this, guys. We're going to come in for 8 here. We can't play out the character. My ace does not have rush yet. You have to have 2 life or less in order for him to get rush. So we're going to play out a Moscato. Attach a Dawn, and he has Banish, guys. Let's see what happens. And he pops my Satori. That was definitely a mistake. My opponent did not realize how good that card was. We get double Kikinojo in a row. We'll take it literally every single time, guys. We will take it literally every single time. So we're going to swing for 5 with Banish. He's going to take that. Again, he didn't know what that card did, so he just lost the card for no reason. We're coming in for 7, and then it's going to be 7, and then it's going to be, yeah, and that's game. It was going to be swing 7, 7, and then everything else on my leader. Like, I wasn't even going to go for the ace in my hand. It was just going to be 7, 7, and then 10 on leader. And that's just, yeah, there's no way to get out of that without any Dawn active. That would take 3, 6, like, probably 10 cards from hand. He only has 7 cards from hand, guys. That's just a hard spot to get out of. All right, now, like I said, very fast video today. We've got one more game. Today is going to be against Red, or the last game is going to be against Red Shanks. You guys knew I wasn't going to have, I was going to, how do I say this? I wasn't going to leave you guys without at least one meta matchup. Vegapunk, Purple Yellow, Nico, Robin. Okay, who cares, right? What about Shanks? You know, Shanks is definitely a very solid leader. Now, he doesn't know what I'm running yet. Remember, guys, these, you know, the people I'm playing against, they have no idea what's in my hand. So let's see what happens here. They're going to use a searcher here. They get a Ben Beckman. That's kind of annoying. We don't like that card. So right here, I'm going to swing for 8. I don't want to reveal what I'm playing yet. I don't want him to know that I have a Pero Sparrow, and then I wouldn't be able to swing for the turn anyway because he could just leader effect. Okay, so we swing in for 8. He's down to 4 life. Very good. We need him down to 3 life, though. We take that. We get a Portgosti Ace. That was actually perfect. That was fine. He plays out a Sanji. Very aggressively plays out Sanji, huh? Okay, well, let's swing in for 6 and see what he does. That's a 2K counter out of his hand right now, guys. That Sanji on the board is a 2K counter out of his hand. So I'm going to swing for 5. He still doesn't know what I'm playing. Remember, guys, he still has no idea what I'm playing. And then I drop Kikanojo. Right away, my opponent should be, again, red flags immediately. Like, wait, why is there a Kikanojo on the board? Like, what is happening? He attacks in for 7, but played out the Yasop first. He should not have done. He would have played out the Yasop anyway, I guess. But we're gonna go ahead and pop that, you know, with the 5-cost Nami. Get that threat off the board, and now it is time to start bashing in. We're gonna go 6 into 3, see if he wants to do a 1K counter and then do a 2K 1K. He decides not to. Okay, well that's fine. All right, okay. You know, he doesn't want to save that card. I wouldn't either. We'll swing it for 8. He can do a leader effect and drop me down by 1. Doesn't want to use a 2K counter, though, or a double 1K. Well, he's going to probably wish he had, because we got double Kikanojo on the board now. We're going to gain life through that card effect by itself. And now what does he want to do? Now he's in a little bit of trouble. The game's not over by any means yet, right? But he is in a tiny bit of trouble here. Let me make sure we're on 2x speed real quick, guys. Yeah, we are. We are on 2x speed. Okay, he's going to swing 7,000 into 5. Honestly, I need to get out of this one because he's going to be coming in with a 9K Dragon. So I had to take all those cards out. I still don't have any 2K counters. I think I'm only running Satori and Frankie. So, you know, it is what it is. We take it. We get a Cracker trigger. Okay, you know, seems good. We'll take it. And here we go. That guy is going to be big right here. That Cracker gives me a lot of potential. But it's not just that, right? We have a lot of options here. So here we go. Let's go ahead and load up with the Cracker here. I think we need to swing for 8, which will be 2 Dawn invested because he's 2 Dawn, or he has more life than I do. So I get an extra 1,000 from his effect. So I'm just going to swing 7 and see what he does. Because normally you would go leader effect here and then 2K counter. Okay, and that's what he did. Leader effect and 2 1Ks. Okay, so me and him are having the same problem right now, having no 2K counters. Perfect. Well, I guess I'll just swing for 6, and you could just give me your whole hand. Swing 6, swing 6. I think he takes this one. Okay. Well, right here, let's see what we do. So watch this, guys. I had this completely planned out. So watch this. Pause right here. So I had the reason I only swung for 6K with the Cracker was because I had all my Dawn calculated. I was going to swing for 6s across the board, and then what I was going to do after that was swing 7 and then 8 with, you know, I was going to play out where I was down to 0 life, right? So I can gain 2 life with my leader effect and bring 5-cost targets from my trash into my life. And then I can play the ace out with the 2 costs I have in my hand, and I had 4 Dawn left for the turn to sit on 1 life and a blocker. That was my entire strategy. That was my only chance that I had. You know what I mean? And it wasn't a great chance. That was the only chance I had, though. So what ends up happening here is, watch this. It was a little bit unexpected. Remember, he's struggling with counter power. So I come in for 7, and then I'm like, okay, well, if you could get out of 7, there's no way you're getting out of 13. You don't have your leader effect anymore. And we come in for 13. He only had a 2K and a 2K in his hand. We had exactly enough. And I think the cards furthest to the right are usually the cards they draw for the turn. He couldn't get out of it. So the 7K he couldn't get out of because he already used the leader effect on Cracker. And then the other 8, the 13K, there was no way he was getting out of that one. So good game. That was fun. I'm not saying that this is the best deck of the best version of Black Yellow Luffy, but I have to say this, it is a fun version, and I don't think many people were going to see that coming. But again, let me just show, I just want to show one more thing before we move on here. This entire turn I had calculated. So it was a 9 Dawn turn, so that meant 1 Dawn on my Cracker, 2 Dawn on my leader, 2 Dawn for the Port Gosty Ace 2 cost, and then the remaining 4 Dawn was going to be for the blocker in my hand if I could not break through. Because what that means is the only way he can survive now if he tries to go for lethal, or how do I say this? The only way he'd be able to go for lethal is if he had another dragon in his hand. That was my only chance. I wish I had a better option, but that was his only way to go for lethal, is he had to have one more dragon in hand. Because the 10 cost Shanks, that's not going to do it, right? 10 cost Shanks is not going to get him there because I would be a 7,000 power leader. Now, I will say this. Ben Beckman probably could have done it as well. He could have trashed my blocker. But otherwise, I have the 1 life. I'm a 7,000 power leader, and I have the blocker. So I'm going to be able to get out of 2 attacks for free. One's going to go to the bottom of my deck when I take it for my leader effect. The other will be blocked. And that was that. That was my only chance, guys. That was my only chance. I guess Roger probably could have... No, never mind. Roger couldn't do it, right? Unless I took the first hit. Unless I took the first hit, Roger couldn't have done it. Because what ends up happening is it's a 10 Dawn investment. And remember, his leader would not be able to attack because I'd be a 7,000 power leader. Really fun. I think the deck has potential, but it's not quite there yet. This is just the first rendition of it. So here's the list we're talking about, guys. This is the list in question. I know it is absolutely degenerate. It is a total... abomination, right? This deck is an absolute abomination, and that's why we love it here on the channel. No, I'm just kidding, guys, but seriously, it's a lot of fun. I do think we need to add maybe a little bit more 5 cost targets because we're only running 16 currently for the leader effect, but at the same time, you know, cards like Kikanojo are awesome in here. You know, getting this card into play is massive, like you guys saw against, I think it was the game against Vega, or maybe it was the game against Shanks, I can't remember. This card is just massive. Nekomamushi's in here. We have Cracker. This card's just pure, you know, this card is just money, right? It's just straight gas. Smoothie is solid as well because it can also help pump your character character up for the, you know, for the attack. I wish it was for the turn, then I would love this card in Red Yellow Sabo. But Perospero, Sanji, Moscato has been very good lately. And I'm just trying to cheat down some characters early on from life and then fall back on a rush package and a way to gain life. So tell me what you guys think about this, guys, in the comment section below. Don't worry, this is not going to be the new length video in the new year. This is not going to be what I plan on doing all the time, these really short videos. But sometimes things happen, guys, in real life. You get in a rush and you just got to rush something out. But I will say this. One more thing I want to say about Black Yellow Luffy is when Black Yellow Luffy was first revealed, I really wanted to make something work with that leader, but then everyone figured it out at the same time over in the East how to like manipulate the 2 cost characters with Gecko Moria, and I hated it. I'm not saying it was bad. It was very strong. It's not a matter of like, oh, I don't think it's very good. No, it was very good. But I wanted to do something so very different with the deck. Something kind of more similar to this, but this is with just yellow cards. I would love to be able to incorporate more cards in the black card pool. But with the whole trigger rush aspect in here, I do think this is a really cool direction for the deck. And who knows, going forward, we might have to mess around with like a 2 cost Viola. That might need to be in the future because this card can let me see my opponent's life cards, or it can turn my life cards face down. So I could play this out later in the game after gaining 2 life. Imagine if I gain 2 life and I choose to put a Nami and a Luffy at the top, or even Denjiro. That's not exactly a bad card. And then I turn them face down where the triggers actually come into play, right? And if it's a Nami, I can pop something, you know, and potentially cycle cards. It just has a lot of potential because remember, guys, or not remember, if you didn't notice, every card in this deck is a trigger except 6 cards. So it is a 44 trigger deck. It is literally meant to go, okay, swing away, come on in, you know, come on down, keep attacking. And then I want to go late game, and that's when I want to start gaining life. And like I said, that's where it seems like it'd be a good idea to maybe include Viola or even Shirahoshi. This card's not bad. This is just a good quality card. And yeah, and go about things that way. So actually, we only have 4 2K counters, guys. I'm always guilty of that, only going down to 4 2K counters when I'm trying this janky super aggression list. It's like, hey, we are full glass cannon mode. We're either going to just barely make it past the finish line, or we're just going to lose. It is what it is, right? And again, these more lighthearted chill videos, these aren't meant to be like, all right, take this to your next locals and go win, or take this to the next regional and win. It's not meant to be like that. These videos are meant to be more like, all right, let's see what kind of fun we can have. Let's see what we can do to spice up a deck list, or even just bamboozle people, right? Just total tomfoolery on the sim. Like, okay, I'm going against Black Yellow Luffy. What the heck is this Black Yellow Luffy list, right? You love to see it. Now, eventually, I do think this version can have some fun in the future, guys, because there are some cards coming out in OP10 for yellow that I think just fit right in, guys. This card, it's still in black and white. They're still working on the sim. I don't know. I've seen people ask, like, when is the new version of the sim coming out? I have no idea, guys. I don't know Batsu personally like that to be able to ask him information about that. But hey, when it comes out, it comes out. I did check their Discord, and people have been asking on there. That was like the main place I saw it, and it's like, okay, you know, obviously a lot of people are wondering what's going on here, but whenever they, whenever it's done, that's when it will be done, and they make announcements for it, and that's when we'll know to update. But this card here comes out in OP10. This is just a nice 4-cost 5K yellow card. It has a 1K counter. On KO, trash up to one of your opponent's top life cards. And then trigger, draw 2, trash 1. Yeah, it's just a good card, guys. Just a good card. I don't know what to say. And it's yellow, like I was saying, so it has a trigger, so it goes perfectly with the Nami. Now, it's not a 5-cost card. That's one thing I think we need to really be on the lookout for in this kind of deck, is what kind of 5-cost targets could we add to help take the deck to the next level. The Satoris are really good. Actually, hang on. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So with the Satoris, we actually have 20 5-cost cards. So that is actually about the point where I want it. I want it to be somewhere between 20 and 25 cards that we can put back into our life. But maybe we end up putting in the 5-cost black Sabo blocker, maybe, and start adding the 2-cost card for that. But that does start moving the deck into a different direction, and that goes more in line with like the normal feel of it. I'd rather focus more on these triggers. Maybe even Shirahoshi. That's an option for utility. Shaka is locked to Vegapunk leader for the trigger effect, so we don't really care about that. Denjiro's been pretty good, actually. I think he has potential. I haven't even gotten to use him yet, but just being able to have him in there. I haven't even gotten this card, like, high-rolled with this card out of my life yet, so if I could get that, that'd be insane. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I don't want to ramble on for too long. Maybe even run this. I don't know. We'll see. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Okay, moral of the story, or, you know, long story short, that's what I want to know is what you guys think in the comment section below. Again, we're not talking about going and winning some regional with this list. We're just kind of talking about the list in and of itself and what you guys think about it. Because I do think it has potential. I'm going to say that right now, guys. I do think the deck has potential. And I've only gone up to 5 costs. We need to explore 6-cost options, guys, because we do have access to Nico, Robin. What else? We have access to the 6-cost Lin. Going into the 7-cost cards, we have the 7-cost Lin, potentially a Nell, just something to stay aggressive. 7-cost Luffy, who knows? That could be very interesting as well. 8-cost, soon another card from OP10 I cannot wait to get my hands on. This card right here, guys. Look at this. 8-cost, 9,000 power. It's a yellow character. It is an on-play, Eustace Kid. On play, you may rest this character, trash up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards. So it's just like the on-KO effect of the 4-cost Basil Hawkins we just saw, but it's an on-play that does it. And then end of turn, if your opponent has 2 or less life cards, draw 1 and discard 1 card from your hand. So guys, again, I think this could be a lot of fun to mess with. We can always try to mess around with Gecko Moria. It probably would just make the deck better. You guys know how that goes. But I'd like to stay away from this. I would like to stay away from this card if possible. And then for 9 cost, what do we got? We do have Yamato. We do have Stussy, maybe. Kaido, there's options there, you know. Again, these are just cards I haven't really messed with yet that we might have to, you know, give a try. 10 cost Kuzan, maybe, who knows. I don't know. 10 cost is probably not a good spot in this deck. In fact, 9 and 10 are probably like too large in this deck for cost to run for characters. Because 8 is kind of perfect, right? That's what made Gecko Moria so strong, is with the leader effect. There's 2 Dawn there, and the other 8 will be for the Gecko Moria. So it kind of just works out perfectly in that way. But yeah, either way, we do have some other options. We'll have to explore those later, and I'm really curious to see what you guys think about about this deck. Don't be too critical, guys. We're just trying to have fun. Chill out. We're just trying to have fun, okay? All right, I'm done. That's it. Like I said, you guys are getting the shortest video ever today. We're going to be a video under 30 minutes. I haven't done a video this short in a very, very long time. So you're lucky, okay? You're lucky this time. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously. Okay, let's go ahead and head over to the playmat page here. I just want to give a big shout out to everybody who supports the channel, guys. Whether you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, whatever you're doing to help my channel out, hopping on the Discord, hanging out in there, putting out information on Sabo, or putting in data on the Discord for Sabo. Whatever you're doing to help out the channel, guys, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. The VV Pirates playmat supporters, everybody over here, thank you guys so much. Hope you're enjoying your playmats. And then, of course, last but not least, the people, you know, who are just helping by donating to the channel, the VV Pirates patron page, and this also is members on YouTube. This is also people who were members on YouTube. Not all of them, but, like, you know, it's kind of mixed. Some people are on Patreon, some people are members on YouTube, but it's all through that same, you know, it's the same idea. Donating to the channel just to help it out. All right, I'm done. Thank you guys so much to everybody who does support the channel. And, yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to ask in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, peace.